Okay, everybody, I'm live. It's Steve Linden, and I am showing you another WordPress website theme today. This one's for 2019. It is a real estate theme, and it's called, it's from the Axiom website developer theme series. And let's go ahead and get started. I want to show you this theme. We'll go into it. It's a beautiful theme. And let me go ahead and just make a quick transition, and we'll get there. Start talking about it. Okay, we're in this theme. This one's called the Estate Theme, and I happen to like it a lot. It's got a lot of nice features. These images remind me of a website I did in Costa Rica for a client in the real estate industry. But nonetheless, it's beautiful. It has a nice look to it, and we'll just kind of preview through it here. Big, beautiful pictures in the upper fold, this upper area here. If we slide through them, you'll see that it transitions into different property addresses. We can do that. Or we can take this piece out however you want. You can showcase a property in here, your featured listing, something like that if you wanted to, if you had some featured listings. And you can zip right through them just by clicking on this button over here. So let's go ahead and scroll down. Let's just talk about the upper fold here. We can change out this imagery here, make it the same colors or change the logo, put the contact information up above, and then you've got these different theme styles, which we'll go through in a couple minutes, about us, the listings, gallery, blog, and contacts. So I want to go ahead and scroll down a little bit, take a look at the center part here, or the medium, upper fold, should I say. We can set this up so that it has a drop down, and you can have whatever you want in here, for sale, for rent. If you have an MLS feed, we can set it up so we have the property locations here, or community names here if we wanted to. We have the property types over here, commercial, real estate investment, townhomes, vacant land, things like that. Whatever's in your MLS board, we can put it in there and associate it. Then the typical things, your property style, so a loft or a townhouse, that kind of thing. So I really like it. It looks really, really nice. This would probably, on a slider view here, we can incorporate this. We may want to change it out. It just depends on what the client wants. If we go down the list here, go down a little further, it's got a really nice, crisp, clean appearance. The blocks are very nice. A block is basically the distance between here and here. If you see this white block and then you see this kind of gray-blue block here, each is what's called a block. And it has basically a call to action usually in it, or an image, some type of point that talks about something. This one is talking about a property listing. Typically it's the one up above here in the upper fold, and which is what that was, the Misham, the one up here. So you can see how that has that in there. You could put a featured listing in here and then have some other listings in here. You could have it so that these listings go in groups of 3, and you could have like 3 and then 3 more and 3 more and 3 more, go maybe 15 of them. Make it look really nice. And then you have these call to actions right here. We could superimpose inside the background here a location, a community area that represents your community that you're selling, you're listing, or it can be changed out to just whatever kind of image you want it to be. This is another additional block here. Typically, you would take this out here and put something else in this, or just strip it out, which we could do in that case scenario. Here's a nice call to action right here with a slider, and these are testimonials in this one, sliding through here. And then you have sign for updates, so it could be an email, newsletter update right here in this section. And then you have all of your information down here from your blogs that you would post. The most recent blogs would come into here. Your contact information, your latest tweets if you want to put Twitter in here. We could put a little video in here if you want from YouTube, whatever you want to put in there. And then the About Us and any kind of disclosures down at the bottom here. So any real estate disclosures, things like that. So there's the look of that so far. We can add other segments in here. We could add in if you have a team and you want to drop in some pictures of the team members and have those linked to a team member page, or an agent's list of agents, we could drop that in there and add a page for that. Let's go ahead and go to Home 2, they call it. It's another theme style for the home page. We'll check out that one, and that one is this one right here. Actually, it doesn't look different, does it? That's interesting. So that's the first I've seen that happen, where they take it to a theme, a different one, and it doesn't take you to it. Let's go to the third one and see what happens. Same thing. So okay. So this one is different. So good. So we have a email box. Fill out a form box right here. We could change the pictures out. Same thing. Show some featured properties in here. And then right here have a featured image, and then any property highlights. It could be property highlights. You could talk about how you work, your 4 key components of how you work. Truth, honesty, all the things that you put in here, right? Then you have some of these featured images. These featured images could go to pages that have some of your listings, or it could be images where you could have price range images in here. Buy at 3 to 400, 400 to 500, 500 to 600, 600 to 700, 700, 800,000, something like that, and have it slide through with images, and then have it link to actually search queries for those images or for those price ranges. So we could do something like that. And if you look right here, we've got where it changes. These images here will change. So that's how that works. On that, this we could strip out or keep in here. We could change the wording to whatever we want. We could do so many different things. Here's an agent page right here. So if you want to preview an agent, if you're a single agent running an office or running your own operation, you could put your information in here. We could change out the image and make it look cool in here. And then you have your blog section. So you could take have some pre-made blogs, let's say 3 of them to start out with, and then build out and have blogs throughout the year come in based on the times, based on the market conditions, whatever the case may be. And then down here, get in touch. You have your map of your office right here. We could have it a floating map of your office, and then get in touch where you have a form fill right here. Or we could take that out. Newsletter once again right here, and then the information down here. So let's go up here. Let's go up to the about page. That looks good. Let's take a look at the about page. So once again, it's the about page, and you could put whatever image we want in here, and we could just put a nice little series of information in here. Maybe drop a video in here. We could change this out, put a video in here, a welcome video, and a little video vignette that talks about you and what you do and how you do it, your team, your office. Same sort of thing here. There's the blogs. We can add an additional block in here if we wanted to have it some call to actions, or to have some links in here to some properties, things like that. Then we have the team page, and let's go to our agents. So this one here is basically a list of agents. So you've got where it's got one group of 3 here. So we could replicate this and make it, if you had 12 people, you'd have 4 blocks, right? 4 times 3. So you could have each block would be a person inside there. And the skills I would probably just take that out and get rid of it and expand this. And then when they click on a link to one of the agents, it will take them to the agent page. And if you wanted to keep this in, we could keep it in. We could do whatever you want with it. And then put some edification in here, some testimonials for this specific agent. There's the office, and then get in touch again. So it's got a nice look about it, right? So we did that, and then let's go to services, our services. This would just talk about the level of services. What kind, are you a listing agent, or are you a buyer's agent? What kind of transactions do you work? Do you have specializations? Do you have other vendors that you work with that you want to let people know about? Tradesmen, your affiliates, that kind of thing. And then we'll go to property listing page. So here's the property listing page. We could make this do the same thing, have it so you can fill out, do a search through this, tie it up, change out the amenities here to meet the ones that you have in your MLS. Okay, select those amenities, and then hit search, and it would pull a search query. And we would put in properties in this section right here. Now we can do it by what we call these boxes here, or we could do it so it's left and right, a bunch of them. Okay, landscape view going down the list. You've seen both, I'm sure, if you're in the business. So we could do it that way. And that's another way to do it right there. There's another look. See? So it looks very nice. And let's go ahead and look at the single property view. Now I will tell you that on these views here, they're going to be slightly different than what you see here if you're getting an MLS feed, because the MLS providers have standardized formats by which you can pick. There's 3 or 4 different standardized formats that when you assemble the actual plugin and set it up within the website, it will auto-assemble. You know, it will have school information and it will have details about the property, and we can format it to make it look very nice to match the colors and do things like that, whatever colors you want to use. And then also the agents that are in your office, they would float through in here. You would see them in here. Property map. Well, so we would mess around with it, kind of do what we have to do to make it look perfect for you. Now, if this is a manual, if you look right here, categories, we can create some categories. So if you have names of communities, names of property ranges, things like that, we can put that in here as well. So let's see, what else do we have here? And gallery, let's look at the grid view in a gallery view. So if you have some pictures of properties that are maybe your listings, or you have some properties that you want to add, or maybe we could create these into images and then have statements or verbiage on them that reflect to buttons that would go to certain places. Now if we click on it right now, I'm sure it's going to do a popover right here. See? So, well, we can disassemble that and not have that happen. They can just be images that actually, with their clickable images that go to certain places on the site for different reasons. And that's just a discussion point between myself and you on what your needs are and what you're trying to accomplish. We don't have to use it. It's just ideas, you know. Okay, then we have another one called the masonry view. And you can see that it's kind of like bricks in a wall. See how they're not perfectly lined up here? They just kind of float in here. That's that kind of view. And then cobbles. Pull that up. If you notice it, some are bigger, some are smaller, some are even bigger. Okay, so that kind of view as well. So the sky's the limit on the type of look and feel we can have. So here's one with a classic with a sidebar. So here's a blogging page, really nice looking blog page. Okay, these are all different blogs. This would be a main page. See? And if we clicked on one of the blogs, it would take us to a page with a blog. And we can make it close to what you're seeing right here. And here's a classic without. That's full width. That looks really nice, right? Just kind of takes up the whole page. You can see big pictures. If you're a type of agent that has listings and you want to showcase them in a blog format, we could do it this way, where it's got a big picture. It talks about, and then at the end of the blog, in the verbiage within the blog, whatever you're talking about, the community, the property, the details of the property, that kind of thing, then you could have a link that would go right to the listing in the MLS. Do it that way. It's a showcase. And let's see, masonry. Let's go ahead and masonry, 2 column. Let's go to 3 column. So here's your masonry view, 3 columns. So if you like this style view, we can have this come in as well. And we could have be a blogging page that looks like a masonry page like this. So they click on the one they want and they listen, they read the blog post. And then the blog post links to maybe a listing or something like that. So in this view, we could have it so that this drops down a little bit. We maybe have some verbiage up here, and we could incorporate the different communities. So each image could be a community, a quip about that particular community, a little comment, and then have it actually link to that community in relationship to the full list of listings that are available in that community. Something like that. And let's go to portfolio view here. And then there's a linear view, portfolio view within the framework of a post page. So, okay, let's go ahead and go to contacts and check that out. There's a contact page. Typical contact page has your property information of your office location, your social connections, all the normal things. So I think I've shown this one to you, the whole thing, and let's go ahead and come back in and talk for a second. So I'm back. So I just wanted to tell you that, by the way, if there's a reflection on this, it looks like there is on my side. I had to get my contact, so I'm getting a little reflection off of my screen here. So I'd like to talk to you if you have some interest in having a website developed in the real estate space. I've been building real estate websites for probably 10 years, 12 years. I am a real estate broker by trade, and retired at that. 31 years in a mortgage broker for 26 and a half years, and have been doing technology for about 36 years. So I'm a geek, I admit it. Would love to talk to you, and if you have some interest in having a website built for you, or a landing page, or you just want to talk a bit, whether you want to work with me or don't want to work with me, that's okay by me. What I'd like to do is build a relationship. If you have some work for me in the future, that would be great. If you don't, that's okay. If you just need to talk to somebody about your ideas, and if you have referrals, that's how we build relationships, right? So, in any case, I'm an open book. I think this will conclude this one. If you want to go ahead and get in contact with me, then all you have to do is go right over here to YouTube, and you can subscribe on my YouTube channel. I'll go ahead and come back in a second and show you where that is. I'm going to pull it up. Actually, what I'll do is if you just go to my site here, if you go to Fiverr.com SBLinen, you'll find out information on me. If you go to stevelinen.net, right now I'm rebuilding that site this weekend, so it's under construction mode right now. But you can certainly go to stevelinen.com, and that's my review site where I do a lot of reviews. And you can contact me there and get a hold of me there. You obviously saw me on YouTube, so you know where that is. Click like and subscribe if you will. I'd appreciate it. And I will soon be broadcasting on Fiverr, probably in the next week. Fiverr, Steve. Facebook. And you can get a hold of me on Facebook if you want. So thanks for taking the time to listen to what I have to say. I appreciate it. I don't take it lightly. And perhaps we'll talk in the near future. Take care.